Hey everybody, it's Peter, and this is the third part in a series that I'm doing, which is not really my forte. Usually I review vehicles in detail. So the first part of this video series was talking about this unit and why I think it's pretty great. The second part was talking about how maybe rental RVs might be a transition to an EV future, or at least a greener future for vehicles, which again may or may not be your thing. But the third thing I want to talk about is where I am. I'm in New Brunswick, and I'm at the Ocean River Campground here in New Brunswick, and I think that New Brunswick is kind of under advertised compared to, PEI, Nova Scotia, even Newfoundland. So what I'm going to do when I get the opportunity to take something like this out to various places is I'm going to make sure that I kind of review some sort of cool out of the way places. So that's what this is. This is the Ocean River Campground. We're going to talk to the owner in a few minutes, but first I just want to show you around. So let's go. So this is the river part of Ocean River Campground, and the ocean is just out behind you. What that means is that this river is affected by the tides, and it comes in. Last night it was up to those stairs here, comes all the way in, comes all the way out, and you have this great little beach area which you can go swimming at. You can, hang out here. My kids were skipping a few stones yesterday. It's super peaceful here. You get down away from it all. There's kayaks, there's pedal boats, there's all kinds of stuff to do here. And I'm visiting in the fall, actually the late fall, and I gotta say the drive up here was amazing. It's not quite peak color along here yet, but New Brunswick is fairly mountainous, and as we came here, you could really start to see sort of the colors in the mountains start to change and that kind of thing. And again, next week I'm going to be heading out to Cape Breton Island and see all the colors and that kind of thing there. That's a famous drive, and I can tell you right now that it is beautiful on the way up here as well. And right now there's an eagle over there, and I'm going to show it to you. I think that's a bald eagle. Oh boy, that's pretty cool right there. Again, hard to catch that, but that is a huge, I think, a bald eagle. It had a white head, so that was pretty cool. Again, sorry I don't have the right camera, but that was cool. Got a little distracted by that bird there, but I want to point out as well, here's the kayaks, the canoes, that kind of thing. There's pedal boats as well. So whatever kind of water activity you want to get on, if you're looking for a quiet place, this is sort of down the hill from the campground. You're sort of in the woods a little bit here, and you can see it's just super peaceful and quiet here. Great place to come relax. You can hang out on the sort of beach area at low tide and up on the grassy areas a little bit high tide. Super cool, super peaceful place. Let me go show you some more of this park. So of course I came to visit this park in this RV behind me. If you want to do that, you could rent this from Trias RV or Trias Truck Center in Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's a great drive from Fredericton up here through Miramichi, following along the Miramichi River and getting out to here to see this river. And again, right near the ocean. And if you do that, if you do want to take an RV here, you've got full service right on your campsite. Sewer here, you've got electrical and water right there. But there's a couple other really cool ways to enjoy this park as well, and I want to show you those right now. So one of the coolest things about the Ocean River Campground here is you don't just have to come in an RV. You can go tenting. We'll show you the tenting sites in a second. You can also rent this yurt. There's cabins, there's bunkies. In fact, let's just show you inside this yurt right now. So camping in a yurt is a super cool experience. It's just an outdoor tent out in the wild, but of course you've got a proper floor in here. They've got a nice comfortable bed. There's some chairs around here. So you're indoors and protected. You don't have to set it up yourself. It's all taken care of. They clean all this, of course, after you're done. You got some bedside tables. So it feels just like home, but you're out in the wild. You get that fresh air in the trees, and it's quiet here. It's pretty cool that this is out in the forest. This is in a completely separate area than the river that I just showed you. So if you want to bring your own car and your own tent, there's some tenting sites here as well. It's a little out of season right now, so it's kind of extra leaves and that kind of thing, but it's a kind of a cool area here. When you look back into this forest, I wouldn't say it's real old growth New Brunswick forest, but it feels like that. You've got some cool areas. So we're going to show you a trail in a second that comes around through the back of this. But first I want to show you a cabin as well, if tenting's not your thing. So this is one of my favorite pieces of this campground, because maybe you're not a camper, maybe you prefer a cabin, or maybe you want to come up with a group of family or friends and some of them want to camp, but that's not you. Well, in that case, you want the cabin. So check this out. This is pretty cool. It's got a picnic table obviously out front. You've got nice steps up here. You can sit out on your porch, but more importantly, you can head inside. So let's do that right now. So the cabin is super cool. What you can't see on camera is there's a big TV right out here. There's some cool blinds and stuff. There's a little sofa bed. I think that's a sofa bed. Also a bed here. Again, I'm here sort of the end of the season, so this is kind of finishing up for the year. But obviously this is a beautiful place to see. It's got a really nice bathroom, little mini kitchen here. Let's take a quick look at those right now as well. So checking out the bathroom, lights, fans, everything you need. Kind of a cool place. Nice little shower here, all shower doors. Again, just a beautiful place to stay for a campground. If you're coming out here and you want more of a traditional camping experience, you don't want to go in a yurt, you don't have your own trailer, and you don't want to go in the cabin, you can still have a traditional RVing experience here with this unit here, which is also available for rent here at Ocean River Campground. And of course, if you're coming here with kids, you can come to their playground here. Again, I'm end of season, so this is pretty empty now, but you've got all your swing sets, all your playhouses. Actually, I got to point out there, right there, that is a little custom built kind of cool little playhouse that kids love. There's a little sandbox there. And of course, you've got your swings and slide over here, that really cool swing for your kids to share, and a little climbing structure with another slide, all kinds of things. But over there, no vacation would be complete without a place to swim. So let's check out the pool. So I know I've mentioned this a few times. I want to be clear, this is end of season. The pool's been closed for a little bit now, and there's some leaves in there, and that's because they're wrapping up. But I'm here just right before they close for the winter, or for the fall anyways. But it's pretty cool to have this pool. Not only have you got the concrete slabs, you've got a little bit of traction around the pool. You've got this decking area that you can set up your lawn chairs, hang out, watch your kids, swim for yourself, sunbathe. Great little place to hang out by the pool. I mentioned earlier that there's a hiking trail here, and I don't want to overplay it. This isn't a complicated, difficult, very, very long hike, but it is a cool trail near the forest. And what I love about this trail is you can get to all kinds of spongy spaces here where there's just like some moss on the ground that just makes it feel cool. It's just such a calming place. And even like right now, late season, there's just some cool stuff right around the trail and out in the trail. You can see some wildlife in there. There's a cool mushroom down here that's just a massive piece. And like the whole trail is just a real cool, peaceful place. Again, not a huge trail, but a great place to get out in the morning, get out in the evening, just have a nice peaceful place that just, you know, gets you away from it all. So that's just part of the campground, but one of the key pieces of this campground is the ownership. If you go through the Google reviews, you're gonna find people that just love the owners here. So we're gonna head on in the store here where you could buy a lobster trap for an out east souvenir. You can get fantastic ice cream, but we'll also talk to the owner. Let's see what he has to say because he's a big part of this campground. All right, we're inside the office here with David Sweet. David Sweet's the owner. Actually, your whole family owns this kind of. You're all involved.
We're all involved.
All right, so I've been outside and toured a few things. There's a few things you think I should see as well, so we're gonna get to that in a second. But okay. One of the cool things I wanted to talk about is when you look at the Google reviews for your campground, and this is what I've seen too, I've been here a couple times now, they all talk about how the owner is just amazing, which is not something I really thought about with campgrounds, but it's true. You obviously approach this differently than most campground owners. So tell us about, you know, how you sort of view this and how you approach it.
Well, I think it's because we've been RVers all of our life. You know, we were camping with the kids and we enjoy it. We understand the experience. We know, I think, a lot of what people want. And so we try to provide that, as well as knowing that we're not the exclusive kind of needs people for RVing. In other words, I mean, the younger people have a different take. They want to be more active. They want the canoes, the kayaks, etc. The older folks want the nature and the quiet. And of course, you know, families with kids want to make sure that there's enough activities for the kids as well, so that the kids are happy and they're happy and they can do their thing and their kids can do theirs. So I think we have a sensitivity to that, and so we try to address that, welcome people, and provide that for them.
Yeah, and like one of the things I pointed out is I think this is a perfect campground to go to if like maybe some of the people in your group or your family are used to camping and some aren't. We talked about the cabin, the yurt, and the other kinds of things that you can be involved in, but even just for kids of different ages, there's all stuff for everyone. So you said there's a few things you want me to see that we haven't covered yet. Why don't we go do that right now?
Excellent idea.
Perfect. So tell me about this space here.
This is Leslie's spot. So we named it after my wife's best friend who's no longer with us. And, and we wanted to create something in her memory that was a place where people could come and just enjoy it to a different level. I don't know of many RV resorts that have a walk-up bar or anything, but we have a wine and beer patio here. We have great ice cream from Chapman's, the great Canadian
yeah, for sure. We had the ice cream here first time I was here. It was great.
yeah. So this place is just a place here that's licensed. It's licensed as well as our event hall and our pavilion. So we can have events here, but as well, people can just come after, you know, being here for 3 or 4 days and sit down and have a glass of wine and just enjoy. You
can draw straws on who stays at the pool with the kids, and you guys come over here.
Exactly.
Perfect. You talked about the event hall. Let's go check out that for a second.
That'd be great.
Cool. So this is the event hall, and this is Shiloh. Shiloh hangs out with us sometimes, and she likes to be on video, so we're going to say hello to you. But tell me about the event hall here.
Our resort dog. Well, the event hall is, we use it for a number of reasons. Of course, when it's raining, and because we are a park, it does rain. People can get some respite in here. You see we have the basketball game,
that's fun.
But also you can book it for, we have regular family reunions here where, where they're camping and they come in and they use the hall. We have this rental space, weddings, so birthdays, we can book it. We have all kinds of configurations that we can, with the tables or with the couches, etc. And it's just a great space for people who want to have a family gathering of some kind and celebrate in here. And they can spill out into the pavilion that we have, and we could even put up a large event tent.
Yeah, that's what I love about this place is, like I said, it's great for families or larger groups. And like I said, if it rains, just hang out here. There's all the stuff. Kids can come in here as well. So
yeah, when we had inclement weather, we even had a band under the pavilion, and we had people could just stay in here out of the rain, etc., and enjoy the band. And the ones who came in raincoats, etc., could stay outside. So it really does help us to have such great flexibility for whatever you want to do.
That's perfect. All right, so we're going to go out, check out the pavilion, and then you want to go back to the river. Now, I thought I saw a bald eagle down there, and I didn't catch it on camera, but I'm sure it had the white head. Was that a bald eagle down there?
You did, yeah. When we first came here and started the park, you know, we realized that we have a family of bald eagles and a family of golden eagles. My son has got a couple of great shots of the golden eagles, and they are here, return all the time. Yeah.
Very cool, super cool. All right, let's check out the pavilion, we'll head down to the river. So here's the pavilion.
Yeah, so we've got this beautiful outdoor space, so kind of at the end of the season, so we're using it for a little bit of storage right now, but it's a beautiful spot for people that's kind of almost weather resistant, and you can still enjoy the outdoors while having it covered. And of course, it's well lit with beautiful Edison lights. So it's great for an evening.
My wife loves those lights. You know, it's one of those Instagram-worthy type things you can do. It just looks pretty cool in there when it's all lit up at night.
Yeah, I mean, so we've had bands in here. It's very universal. So like I said, between the event hall and the pavilion, and then of course, your viewers can't see it, but this big field beside us, we have all kinds of space, and of course the bandstand is there as well. If you wanted to hire a band for your own event, you could do that. We do it all three or four times a year, so yeah.
No, and I was thinking that too. There's a couple open fields here, like if you want to play Frisbee or soccer, you have a bunch of kids that want to play some stuff, there's a lot of space here where you can kind of do that, which is pretty cool.
Well, these are our cornhole games right here.
That's right, cornhole's not set up right now.
At the end of the season that we usually have right here where your camera is. And, we're going to do some badminton courts as well.
Nice.
Next year, and just have it so that people can just take some physical time and do what they don't have an opportunity to do in their apartment or small backyard.
Perfect. Now let's go down to the river, because you were going to show me a couple things down there.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Cool. So we're not quite back at the river right now, and I was down here earlier and I noticed you were doing some work back here, but tell me what's going on, because I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, so we want to maximize the river. We have 1,100 feet of riverfront.
Yeah.
We want to maximize, everybody wants to be by the water. And so we've started the construction of 3 riverfront sites, tent sites here, so that people can come and be comfortable, enjoy the river.
Perfect.
They're also a distance away from the RV site, so it gives them a little bit of space as well.
Right.
And we're surrounded by trees too, so you get the natural, you've got the river, you've got the whole enchilada. And our kayak and canoe and pedal boat launching is right beside it. So.
Right, So if you wanted to be tenting near your RV buddies or near the yurt kind of thing, you can do that. But now you're going to have a spot down here for 2024.
That's absolutely.
Very cool.
And like I said, they'll be able to enjoy everything from the forest to the river and lots of activities. And still, it's just a short walk to the event hall.
Oh, yeah. We're a couple minutes away.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go down to the river.
Excellent.
All right, we're back down on the river. So tell me the name of this river, first of all.
Yeah, this is the Tabasantac River. I believe the name is Micmac. It means the meeting of two waters. And we're close to the mouth of the Tabasantac River, which flows into the Gulf of St.
Right, hence the Ocean River Campground. Ocean's right over there.
Exactly. And the great thing is that we have so much beachfront.
Yeah.
And so it's, everything from kayaking to, bring your own stand-up paddleboard. And we have such a lazy river here that's so beautiful to navigate. And so many inlets that you can just enjoy and explore as you navigate either upriver or downriver. And the other thing, since it's a tidal river, you can play the game of the tides and the flow.
That's right,
So when the tides come in, you can take it upriver, and then you can bring the flow of the river back. So it's kind of
so you can have that push you out and push you back in. And I'm going to show a little B-roll video. We're just going to sort of pan across the river that we're talking about here. But you mentioned the lady was coming here just specifically for stand-up paddleboarding.
They take groups all across the country for stand-up paddleboarding, and they heard about this river and how calm it was, and that's important for stand-up paddleboarding.
Yeah, and that's true. We came here where we had quite a rainstorm last night and yesterday afternoon and stuff, and it was windy. But even I came down here, and even with that much wind, it wouldn't stop me from kayaking. I'm a pretty experienced kayaker, but it's a cool river.
Yeah, and we're only one step away from glass right now. So
that's right. So we were just heading back up, and you were talking to me about this as being a migratory bird and fishing and that kind of thing. So tell me what you just told me so we can have that on video here.
Paths for migratory birds. We're right in the middle of it here in Tabasantac, and also some of the world's best fishing. So we have striped bass, we have ocean trout and salmon in this river, and people from all around come to fish here. And of course, the residents feel very blessed that they have this river to fish in.
Right, for sure. And actually, on the way up here, I came from Fredericton through Miramichi, and there was a fishing museum up here, a salmon fishing museum, Atlantic Salmon Fish Museum. So there's lots of that history out here, and it's literally right here at the campground. All right, so we're out at the front entrance now, and there's a little sign on your front entrance. You have one near the office as well. Tell me what that's all about.
Well, we're certified by the VeloRoute organization, and VeloRoute is 200 kilometers of protected bike paths, just 25 minutes from here. So you're off the road, but you're driving beside the road basically, but protected. You're seeing all of the great forestry, all of the great sights of northern New Brunswick. On this beautiful cycle path.
Yeah, and I was here in the summer, and there were some people, they had some bike racks on the thing, but they were heading out to the trail, to the pass that way and that kind of thing. They were staying here, and it was perfect.
Yeah, so one of those best kept secrets that shouldn't be a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody should know about it.
And this is kind of why I wanted to do this video, is because, again, there's so many areas in New Brunswick. We know about the Bay of Fundy, we know about all those kinds of things, but there's so many areas of New Brunswick that I think are underrepresented, and this is just one of those little hidden gems. So, Ocean River RV Resort. We're going to put the link to your website in the description, so if you want to see them, you can just click on that. But why don't we throw your email address right up on the screen there? If they need to reach you, they can. You're open. When is your season? Because we're here at the end of it now.
May 15th to October 15th.
May 15th to October 15th. So I'm here just the tail end of it, just to basically do this video. I gotta say, if you want to come in October, like I said, the drive here from Fredericton was absolutely phenomenal. We talk in Ontario. We were both from Ontario at one point, and in Ontario you got to go to Algonquin Park to see those fall colors. Well, if that's something you've done, then the entire drive from Fredericton to here is exactly that. It's amazing. So it's really cool. And again,
it's not crowded. You're not dealing with traffic or anything.
It's amazing. However long Google says that it's going to take to do that route is how long it takes. So
exactly it.
Anyway, so there you go, guys. Do me a favor, give David and his campground, give this video a like, share it with some friends, and if you like me doing some of these reviews of these areas that are maybe out of the way, let me know in the comments below, and I'll continue to make them for you. And again, if this video does well, then we maybe can have some more cool places to show you. And I think we'll be back next year. We're going to come back in the summer and hang out with my family and have some fun. So thanks very much for having me.
Thank you.
And yeah, check out their website, check everything out. We'll see you in the next one.